Bugs Bunny, Tesla, and Howard Hughes are all on this day. Hey, welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is July 10th. It is the 28th Friday of 2020, and this is the 28th week of the year. Today is National Pina Colada Day. Finally, a day I can get behind. National Pina Colada Day encourages the consumption of this beverage. The pina colada is a concoction made of pineapple juice, cream of coconut, and rum. The beverage was first made in Old San Juan, Puerto Rico, 1954. Raymond Monchito Moreno was credited with creating the pina colada. Here's to you, Raymond. It's 7 p.m. when I'm recording this. Don't judge me if you're watching this at 7 a.m. All right, let's see what else July 10th has given us. 1913, the temperature in Death Valley, California hits 134 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the highest temperature ever recorded on Earth. The average temperature in Death Valley in the summer is 120 degrees. So that's on the regular during the summer. Since this day, no higher temperature in the world has ever been recorded. People live in Death Valley and they love this place. I can last 30 minutes in a sauna and I'm done. These people do it all year long. 1921, Belfast's Bloody Sunday. 16 people were killed and 161 houses destroyed during rioting and gun battles in Belfast, Northern Ireland. This was a day of violence during the Irish War of Independence. This sparked clashes and gun battles between Catholics and Protestants, including Republican and loyalists to the Parliament. There were also gun battles between Republicans and the police, and there was claims that the police just randomly went down the street and started shooting at Catholic civilians. That's always good press. 1925, the Scopes Trial. In Dayton, Tennessee, the so-called monkey trial begins with John T. Scopes, who was a young high school science teacher. He was accused of teaching evolution in violation of the Butler Act. This law prevented the teaching of the evolution of man from what is referred to as lower order of animals in place of the biblical account. Basically, they don't want to know that we came from monkeys. They only want you to believe in the Adam and Eve stuff. The Butler Act also said that any teacher teaching this monkey nonsense, as one politician put it, would be guilty of a misdemeanor and could be fined up to $500. And that's 1925 money. That's about $7,500 today. 1938, Howard Hughes begins a 91-hour airplane flight around the world that will set a new record. He beat the previous record set in 1933 by Wiley Post in a single-engine Lockheed Vega by almost 4 days. Beat it by 4 days. That's a good margin. That was only 5 years prior. They were making great strides in air travel back then. Taking off from New York City, Hughes continued to Paris, Moscow, Omsk, Fairbanks, Minneapolis, and then returned to New York City. 1966, the Chicago Freedom Movement, led by Martin Luther King Jr., holds a rally at Soldier Field in Chicago. As many as 60,000 people attend. Other guests in attendance included Stevie Wonder and Peter, Paul, and Mary. They were a folk group back in the 60s and 70s. The movement declared its intention to end slums in the city. 1985, the Greenpeace vessel Rainbow Warrior is bombed and sunk in Auckland's harbor by French DGSE agents, killing one crew member. The boat was active in supporting a number of anti-whaling, anti-seal hunting, anti-nuclear testing, and anti-nuclear waste dumping campaigns in the late 70s and early 80s. They were forced to pay $8.1 million to Greenpeace. 1997, in London, scientists report the finding of a Neanderthal skeleton which supports the out-of-Africa theory. In Africa, 100,000 years ago to 200,000 years ago. 2019, the last Volkswagen Beetle rolls off the assembly line in Pueblo, Mexico. The last of the 5,961 special edition cars will be exhibited in a museum in Germany, I believe. And the second to last one is in Mexico. Movies released on July 10th, 1981. Escape from New York is released. Great movie. This is John Carpenter's film about a convict named Snake Plissken who must save the President of the United States, whose plane crashed in Manhattan, which Manhattan at this time in the future supposedly turned into a prison island where, prisoners just kind of made their own rules. There's no guards except around the perimeter, and that was it. It was a weird movie. Great movie. John Carpenter has a knack for making movies that are gritty. They almost look low budget, but they got such a great story that they're just good movies. It's weird. It's weird how he does them. I wish I could had 10% of that man's talent. Anyway, moving on. 2009, I Love You, Beth Cooper is released. This was a cute movie. I watched this a couple times, and it's about a guy who was in love with the high school popular girl, and at graduation he had to give a speech, and during the speech he said, "I love you, Beth Cooper," and then it just turns into this whole night of him going out with Beth Cooper, and he finds out she's insane. But it's a great movie. When I was in high school, some girl who's, she's pretty much a hardcore feminist to this day. I know her and I love her. She said she was going to go topless at graduation, and we were all expecting it. Instead, she handed out pictures of her boobs. That was entertaining, and I think she got in trouble because some of the pictures made it to some of the graduates that are only 17. Anyway, moving on. Born on July 10th, 1856, Nicholas Tesla, Serbian-American physicist and engineer, best known for his contribution to the design of modern alternative current, AC, electric supply systems. These days, he's most famous for something he had nothing to do with, the Tesla company. Elon Musk's company that makes cars and power sources and a flamethrower at one point. Yeah, everyone thinks he has something to do with that company. No, he doesn't. 1972, Sophia Vergara is born. Colombian-American actress and producer. She was the top-earning actress in America in 2012, 2013, and 2016. And she was the highest-paid actress in the world in 2019. She's best known for a role in Modern Family, Meet the Browns, Smurfs, and a bunch of other things. Died on July 12th, 1989, we lost Mel Blanc, American voice actor. He was the voice of Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, and so many others in the Looney Tunes universe. He died at the age of 81 from complications due to emphysema and heart disease. Alright, that's our video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go forth and be successful today. Have a pina colada after work. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.